Have you ever met someone for the first time, yet felt like you've known them forever? Have you ever wondered why, out of 8 billion people on this planet, only a handful truly touch your soul? Is it just coincidence, or is there an invisible design guiding our connections? Modern science says one thing, ancient wisdom says another. But what if both are talking about the same hidden truth? Scientists say the human brain has a natural limit. On average, we can only maintain about 150 meaningful social connections in a lifetime. This is known as Dunbar's number, named after anthropologist Robin Dunbar. It explains why, even though we meet thousands of faces, our mind only remembers a few. But American psychologists ask, is this biological limit the whole story, or just the surface? Think of Facebook or Instagram. You might have 1,000 friends, but in reality, your brain truly connects with only about 150 of them. The rest are just passing faces in your mental background. Malcolm Gladwell, in his bestseller Blink, describes a process called thin slicing. It means our subconscious can make judgments about people in just a fraction of a second. When you meet someone, your brain instantly scans their face, tone, and body language, and tells you safe or unsafe, familiar or foreign, mine or not mine. Neuroscientists like Giacomo Rizzolatti discovered mirror neurons, brain cells that fire when we see someone else's emotions or actions. It's why a baby starts crying when another baby cries, or why you feel someone's sadness just by looking into their eyes. But here's the catch. These neurons don't activate for everyone. They only resonate when the other person's energy frequency matches ours. That's why sometimes you feel an instant bond, a trust at first sight, a connection that bypasses logic. Modern physics also points to the same mystery. Quantum mechanics describes a phenomenon called entanglement. When two particles interact, they remain connected forever, even across galaxies. Change one particle, and the other instantly responds, no matter how far apart they are. Albert Einstein himself called entanglement spooky action at a distance. What mystics once described as soul bonds, physics now measures in the lab. Now imagine, if lifeless particles can stay connected, what about living souls? Could it be that when you meet someone and feel, I've known them forever, you're experiencing a form of spiritual entanglement? Science calls it physics. Mystics call it the bond of souls. Psychology adds another layer. According to attachment theory, the way we bonded with our caregivers in childhood creates hidden emotional patterns. If you grew up feeling lonely, you might unconsciously seek partners or friends who give you belongingness. If you felt unsafe, you're drawn to people who make you feel protected. This is why some relationships feel healing, while others repeat old wounds. Our subconscious isn't random. It's constantly scanning for people who match our inner emotional blueprint. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung took this further. He believed every human shares a collective unconscious, a library of archetypes, symbols, and patterns. When you meet someone who awakens one of those deep archetypes within you, the connection feels ancient, like you've known them across lifetimes. Jung explained it as psychology, but spiritual traditions call it soul recognition. Modern biology now confirms what ancient teachers hinted at. Epigenetics shows that trauma, pain, and even emotional experiences can leave chemical marks on our genes. These imprints can be passed down across generations. In fact, researchers at Emory University found that mice trained to fear a smell passed that fear down to their children and grandchildren, proving memories can be inherited. Meaning, what your grandparents suffered, you might still carry in your body and emotions. Science says experiences can travel through DNA. Ancient wisdom says karma travels through the soul. Different languages, but maybe the same truth. Osho said, the one you connect with deeply is not new. They are companions from many lifetimes. Even the great psychologist William James, considered the father of American psychology, hinted that human consciousness might extend beyond one lifetime. Buddha taught that souls change bodies and circumstances, but their connections repeat across births. This is why some people feel like blessings, and some feel like lessons. Relationships, according to ancient wisdom, are a cosmic accounting system, a balance sheet of joy and pain, debts and gifts. But here's the deepest question. If connections are karmic, do we have any freedom? Are we simply paying old debts, Or can we still create new connections today? Science says our brain is shaped by patterns and energy frequencies. Psychology says our hidden emotional needs guide our bonds. Spirituality says karma weaves invisible threads across lifetimes. The truth may lie in the middle. So are we prisoners of destiny, or authors of a story still being written? Some relationships are written, others we're still writing. With every choice, every act of compassion, every decision to forgive instead of hate. Neuroscience has shown that the heart isn't just a pump. It generates an electromagnetic field extending several feet around us. The HeartMath Institute found that when two people stand close, their heart rhythms can sync. Meaning, connection isn't just in the brain, it's in the heart's invisible field. Buddha explained this centuries ago. When asked why a stranger felt familiar, he said, "Because you have met before, in countless forms, countless lifetimes." Ancient teachers offered a way out of endless karmic entanglement. Meditation, seeing others beyond body and name as pure souls. Witnessing, becoming an observer, not a prisoner of emotions. Compassion, breaking karmic cycles by forgiveness, not revenge. They taught that freedom doesn't come from breaking relationships, but from dissolving attachments. So maybe the people who enter your life are not strangers at all, but echoes from your soul's long journey. The real mystery is not whether connections are written by destiny or created by choice. The real mystery is, can we transform them into tools for awakening? If this exploration spoke to you, write in the comments. I am ready to recognize my soul connections. And if you'd like to keep uncovering the hidden bridges between science and spirituality, make sure you subscribe to Soul Science. Because here, we reveal how the mind, the heart, and the soul are all part of the same eternal story. Because in the end, every connection, whether science explains it or spirit remembers it, is an invitation to awaken.